Good evening, welcome to the Pearl Report. I'm Diana Lin. Petrol-fueled vehicles are the second biggest source of air pollution in Hong Kong. What better way to smother roadside emissions than switching to electric cars? But producer Renato Reyes asks, is the city ready to go electric?
Hi, Karina.
Yeah.
So, how's Mr. Chan's case going?
My name is Noel Becker. I run an insurance brokerage, in fact, for about 10 years now. I was actually born in Hong Kong. My dad is with the British civil servant, and my mum is from Macau.
Outside his office, Noel has one passion.
Cars, driving on the road here, and also obviously racing over in Malaysia. We do a lot of races, but we're still amateurs. Road cars, I've got 4 supercars. This is my Mercedes C63 AMG. I got this in 2010. This is my Maserati MC Stradale. I got this in 2011. This is my McLaren MP4 12C. I got this in 2012.
And his latest toy, an electric sports car.
This is the Tesla Roadster Sport. Only 2,500 of them built in the world and 40 in Hong Kong. Very light.
1,200 kilos. The heaviest part is its lithium-ion batteries at 600 kilos.
That explains part of the cost of the car, 1.3 million Hong Kong. The battery is the most expensive.
The battery is around 30% of the whole electric vehicles, the battery cost.
That is the actual charging point. So we just plug it in. It's hooked up to a 13 amp wall plug. It's being charged now. It takes about 7 hours. The advantage is there's no petrol. I mean, from a financial point of view, it costs you nothing, apart from $300 worth of electricity a month.
Compared with $3,000 he spends on petrol for one car.
And you don't pollute the air as well. It's good fun, the car is fast. On the economy mode, on the full charge, it'll give you 400 kilometers. And on the performance mode, about 340. That's pretty good for Hong Kong.
In Hong Kong, the area is not very big, just around 30 kilometers times 30 kilometers. And right now, most of the electric vehicles can run over 100 kilometers per charge. So it is very suitable.
In 2012, all over the world, more than 50,000 EV cars have been sold. In 2013, it has doubled. So it means that the trend is very, very good, maybe more than 150,000 cars in 2014. The biggest market in volume is the US market.
Norway has 10% global market share, the largest.
The Chinese market is one of the most promising markets because it's a very, very big market, and also there have been big concerns about air pollution.
In Hong Kong, the number of electric vehicles have grown almost 6-fold in 4 years. Electric cars are just a fraction of fuel-driven vehicles here, and they're up to 3 times more costly.
Currently, the most popular one is around 400K Hong Kong dollar and up to around 800K Hong Kong dollar.
你好，歡迎到 Tesla。
係你好。
嚟睇我哋部Model S 嘅係咪？
係啊。
John Mo is buying this car.
I want to upgrade to an electric car.
Its price tag, $700,000.
I'm paying more, but I think it's worth it. It's environmentally friendly.
The first registration tax, or FRT, is usually double the car's cost. With this one, $1.4 million.
$1 million car would be about $2 million.
To promote electric cars, or EV, buyers don't need to pay FRT.
We already waived the FRT up till the end of June 2017. Secondly, for those enterprises, they can enjoy profit tax deduction for the capital cost of the EV in the first year of acquisition. We believe that the incentives are enough, and therefore we have no plan to introduce more incentives.
It is not enough because the electric vehicle is still quite expensive.
Would probably be about 30 to 40% more expensive, even without the first registration tax.
Money is not an issue for John. It's charging facilities for his car batteries. There are 1,000 chargers in the city. 90% are in public car parks citywide. Full charge gives a car a range of between 100 kilometers to 300 kilometers, depending on the car's model. Charging can take a few hours.
Quite trouble for you because you have to spend maybe 2 to 4 hours at least at the parking lot, maybe once a week or twice a week.
The electricity is free, courtesy of Hong Kong's 2 power companies, until 2017.
Even the charging is free of charge, they have to pay for the parking fee, apart from their home parking lot fee. It's quite nonsense to rely on public charging stations.
Only 10% of chargers are in public or private residential estates. John applied recently to the property management of his private housing estate to let him install a charger at his parking space.
It'll be very easy for us. Returning every day, you park your car and plug in and recharge. They rejected my application.
A property management spokesman says John's request involves laying out an electric cable along common areas from his parking space to the switch room.
Such individual owners' installation in common parts may affect the building insurance and pose potential risk to other users of the car park in case of damage.
I have a plan B. There's a space at my company, and I can use that for now. But it's not as convenient as having my own parking space. It's not a long-term plan.
The car price is not a big problem to the user. Most of the users refuse to buy the EV because it's not easy for them to install charging station at their home.
Lawrence Chan works for a company that installs electric chargers at private and public residential car parks. His company monitors its network of 350 chargers in real time to check their status.
For example, this red one means already occupied by the others. Electricity come to a building, for example, at the ground floor. Most of the car park is at the basement or basement 1, basement 2. Quite difficult to install one specific cable from the switch room to the parking lot. There's no routing for that application.
Buildings today are not designed to include electric chargers at car parks, but the next generation will by 2015. In 2011, the government started granting a bigger gross floor area to developers that include charging stations in car parks of new buildings and required 30% of spaces to have chargers.
There should be enough car park for charging cars.
1,000 chargers in car parks and housing estates for nearly 600 electric vehicles in Hong Kong. 35 of them are at the Transport Department managed Wilson parking near the Star Ferry in Central. We visited the car park but found all charging spaces on the ground floor occupied by conventional cars, except for one being used by an electric car. Why are you allowing these non-electric cars to occupy charging stations in the car park?
You can call our customer service. He can ask you all questions.
What if I have an EV car? I want to charge it here, but it's occupied by this non-EV car. Where am I going to go? A spokeswoman says,
parking spaces which are already equipped with standard chargers are not designated exclusively for use by any specific vehicles, including electric vehicles, and they are open for use by all vehicles.
It turned out to be no dedicated charging point for the electric vehicles. How can you promote people to drive it? There's uncertainty of recharging.
Wilson Parking says that's due to the low utilization rate. Last year, among 500 standard chargers installed at government car parks, Only an average of 2 chargings were recorded a day at each car park.
During the peak hours, there's no point leaving the parking space empty, while other conventional cars are just waiting for parking.
Standard chargers can take up to 8 hours to recharge a battery from 0 to 100%. Medium chargers 2 to 4 hours, quick chargers only 30 minutes. This year, the government plans to replace 100 standard chargers with medium ones,
which can reduce the charging time by up to 60%.
But can electric vehicles do the job of taxis, shuttle buses, and delivery vans and run the whole day?
They can meet the performance requirements for transport trucks.
This new type of alternative vehicles at the moment is not as reliable as the conventional ones.
More on that when we come back. Stay with us.